Hey guys, welcome back to Just Carve, Rob, and Yoda. Yeah. And what we're doing here is we're using the kutzall coarse flame burr. And we are going to give Yoda a collar. We're going to go around here with this coarse flame burr and we're going to rip that wood down. We're going to give Yoda the collar to his toga. Toga! Toga! Nope, not that kind of toga. Animal House. You guys remember Animal House with John Belushi? That show cracked me up. Anyway, we're going to get all this wood removed out of here. We're going to get this, I don't know what it's called. I'm calling it a toga. We're going to get that toga neck cut down, rounded down. We're going to get down inside there by Yoda's head. Do a little undercut there. Try to make it stand out a little bit more. Work that down. Not trying to keep a perfectly straight line because it's going to be like wrinkled up. We'll cut wrinkle lines in it and all that good stuff. This has been a fun little project. Should go pretty quick now. We're almost done with his head. We still got to do some work on his ears. He's got kind of like those, I don't know, they look like bat wings almost for his ears. Round that top edge over a little bit. I don't know how this toga garment is going to come out, but heck, we'll give it a try. So you can see we still got a little more shaping to do on the head too. And we're just going to do get that neckline cut down where we want it. And I think we're going to end up really shortening this body up quite a bit. I think we're going to have a bit of extra basswood on the lower half, but we'll see how it comes out. If so, we'll just take it to the bandsaw and cut it to the length we want, right? I'm leaving it pretty blocky right now because I want his one arm, probably his left arm, to be extended out. We'll probably end up making the little three-fingered hand separately. Usually, for me, there isn't enough wood in these little 2x2 blocks. That's why we glued the head on. We added a cross piece of wood like Mark the Maker. Learned that little trick from Mark. We needed the ears to be wider than the body, the wood that we have is, so we added a block of wood on top to be able to give them long ears. Thanks, Mark. Needed that trick. This whole Yoda inspired deal here was from Mark the Maker. He made one with knives. I was like, well, we might as well make one with power. So here we are with our power. And we got our ruby burr back in there. Trying to take some of the coarse stuff left over by the coarse kutzall burr. So we'll get this all shaped up and sanded up here. And we'll say hi to Jordy over at Carving Fusion. Jordy's the man. He's got a lot of things going on over there at Carving Fusion. Go over and see Jordy at Carving Fusion. And Kevin over there at Sticks and Stones Wood Carving. Make sure you guys go check out Kevin if you haven't. He's a legend. Kevin's a legend. He's been around with YouTube forever. And don't forget, guys, that vote is coming up for the Dremel Maker Studio contest. Remember to go over there to Dremel Maker Studio and vote for Glenn. Glenn needs to win. So go vote for Glenn, please. Dremel Maker Studio. Don't cost you nothing. Just you can go over there and check out all the cool stuff that people are submitting for this contest. And vote for Glenn, if you would. I'm sure Glenn would really, really, really like it. Would you like it, Glenn? Yeah, we know Glenn would like it. So, go check out I Can Carve. Bap's doing some great things over there, making sculptures. Using this kutzall disc that he just got. Loving that. Says it cuts his time way down. Yep, I Can Carve. Okay, we found out what Calvin's new YouTube channel is called. Calvin Carves. He's a young carver. He's like 12 years old. He needs to get some better burrs for his Dremel. I think he's using a tack life. But poor guy's trying to carve with regular Dremel burrs that are not that aggressive. Calvin, it will speed up your carving time if you got yourself some kutzall burrs. Say, like Ben over there at Studio on the Lake says, save your milk money, boy. Get yourself some kutzall burrs. That kutzall extreme burr, you wouldn't believe how much time that'll save you. But every carving you make, Calvin, is getting better. Remember, Calvin Carves. Go check his channel out. He's way better at editing than Just Carve Rob ever thought about being. When they say it's so easy, a 12-year-old can do it, well, you got to hire yourself a 12-year-old. Because if you're an old fart like me, forget about it. All right, so we're changing out our ruby burr to our little carbide 3/32 burr. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to try getting down in there. And believe me, it's not easy with them big ears Yoda's got. We're going to try getting down in there and putting a little undercut in there. Put a little undercut in there just to give it a little shadow. You know, it's not like anybody's ever going to look in there. He's going to be sitting on my shelf for the rest of his little wooden life. Up there with Saki from Studio on the Lake. Ben's been carving. He's been carving sanity clauses. Ben's doing a heck of a job. Loving those videos, Ben. Evil Rick. What are you doing, Evil Rick? No videos from Evil Rick. But Evil Rick is a cool guy. Evil Rick. Got big coffee cups and big knives. Yep. And, yep. Evil Rick. Go check out some of his videos, guys. Dead air. Forgot what I was going to say. You can, we still got that. We're getting in there with that little carbide burr. We're going to change that out to a small ruby burr, which I discovered very quickly that I've used this burr so much that I've actually wore the rubies off the end of the burr. And you can see me going like, what? What's going on here? Well, I can tell you what's going on. Most of the little ruby burr, the rubies have wore off from it. Now, this burr is about a year old, guys. And it's the smallest one out of the 3 that I bought. And I think it's time for him to be retired. Okay, so now we're trying an inverted cone bit. And quickly discover that is not going to work. Nope. It's just too big to get in there and work on that face. Well, it's been a pretty lazy Saturday here at the Just Carve Rob shop. We're playing with the shop inspector earlier. Oh, there's Yoda. Yep, we took the wood burner and put stop line in for his ears. We're using the Dremel with the kutzall coarse burr to cut these ears out. And this burr works really well on this basswood. For bigger things, I like using the extreme burrs. But for the smaller little guys like this, I like using the coarse burrs. It just gives you a little more control over it with the Dremel. We got a wood spirit we got to do here. Probably next after Yoda, we'll be carving a wood spirit with cottonwood bark. We're taking some lessons on eyes and different facial expressions with Kevin over at Sticks and Stones. The guy is an artist. I'm telling you, he can really make those faces pop. So, been watching a lot of his videos and talking with Kevin on doing different things with faces and eyes. He's really helped me out with the eyes. You can tell by looking at Yoda here that the eyes are probably 75% better than my old eyes. Eyes are hard to do, I'll tell you guys. Jordy's been working hard on doing eyes on his wood spirits. Even the great big ones, you know. The ones that he does with a chainsaw, phenomenal. He's that lesson he took with Ryan Cook, man, really big difference, I think, in the eyes. But, you know, the more we do, the better we get, right? Practice, practice, practice. That's all I can tell everybody. You want to get better, you got to practice. And if you don't like something that you made, don't say, oh, I failed. It's not a failure. It's a learning experience, right? It's a happy accident, I believe that Bob Roth used to say. You know, that's how we learn, is by challenging ourselves, doing stuff that we're not used to doing, and practice. You know, if it don't come out the way you don't come out the way you want it, set it to the side, give it a couple days, come back to it. I've had carvings that I'm like, man, that's total junk. And I put it off to the side because I may have messed something up on it, and then come back to it even weeks later, and just like, well, I can't make it no worse. I'll just use it for a practice piece. So you get in there and you just start chopping away at it, carving deeper, right, Jordy? Carving deeper, and you can really turn it around. You can make that carving that you thought was garbage into something that not too bad. I've had it happen over and over again. But you get them, you do get them carvings where you're like, I don't like it. I don't want to work on it no more. And take a chainsaw and cut it in half. Anybody see Jordy's video with the wood spirit? It was a wizard. And the hands didn't come out the way he liked it. So he ended up taking a sledgehammer to it, and then he cut it in half with a chainsaw. Now he's got half a wizard. We don't know what Jordy's going to do with it. I'm sure he'll come up with something that will be totally crazy cool. He always pulls a rabbit out of his hat. And I can't wait to see what you do with that, Jordy. I bet it's going to be something cool. And Kevin, poor Kevin, is run out of cottonwood bark. He's down to the nitty gritty, digging the bottom of the barrel, he says. He needs cottonwood bark. He finally got his new kutzall burrs in. He was in bad shape there, Kevin, with his burrs. He was down to using Dremel burrs. Oh. And trying to carve mahogany with Dremel burrs. Anybody ever try that? That's a task. I think you end up burning more than you do carving. But yeah, it's a great community, the Carving Fusion World of Wood Carvers on Facebook. Awesome group. And Wood Carvers Helpers. Kevin over there at Sticks and Stones started that group. That's a good group of guys and girls. You got to go check them out, guys. See what they're doing over there. There's a lot of great artists in there. And there he is. There's our Yoda. Now we've gone back to the micro motor. And what bit did you put in there, Rob? Well, I don't know. That was 15 minutes ago. I'm sure I'll show you. Or maybe I can't make up my mind. Maybe I need a collet. Oh, there it is. Back to the ruby burr. Back to the ruby burr, guys. And what we're doing is taking that ruby burr and going on the inside of the ear, because the kutzall coarse bit left a large radius inside the ear. So we're going in there and we're cutting that back in to give it a shadow. Using that ruby burr. See, we're pushing it. We're really pushing it right in there to get that cut. See how we undercut that ear right there? And now we're just going back with the ruby burr and cleaning up the marks from the kutzall coarse burr. Get it all smoothed out. And we'll end up doing that to both ears. And then all the sharp edges on the ears have to be rounded over. See, we're pushing that in there, just using the tip of it. Pushing that in there, and we're undercutting that ear. And then we'll go back and smooth it all out. Make it smooth inside there. So he's coming along pretty good, I think. I'm sure it could be better. I think the eyes needed to be bigger, is what I'm thinking. I think his eyes are a little small. I could go back in and do what? Carve them in deeper. But they're pretty much set where they are, the eyes. And I've already narrowed the face up to match the eyes. So I think on this Yoda, the eyes are where the eyes are. But I think I should have probably made them a little bit bigger. So what we're doing now, Kevin calls it framing the face. Okay, so we're running a line up alongside each ear. And we're framing the face. It kind of just makes the face stand out a little bit more. See that? How we've gone in there and just kind of pushed in just a little bit. Just pushed in just a little bit right there. And we're framing the face in. That looks like an unhappy Yoda. Maybe I should have gave him a smile. But, you know, he's got the force with him anyway. See, we're rounding that over. We're trying to make the ear look like it's cupped over. And we put that nice undercut in there. And we'll just round that over like that. And smooth everything out. And I did use those little drill bits that you get at Harbor Freight. They're a little tiny carbide drill bit. There was a little bit of confusion because it doesn't say drill bit on the package. It says bits. Okay? But they're a drill bit. But Kevin showed me if you use just the ends of them, you can kind of use them like a pencil. And I went up under the cheeks and the eyes with those little tiny, man, they are tiny little drill bits that I used to just make stuff, clean it up and give it a sharper line, I want to say. And right now it's all going to be about, for the head, the shaping. But I think the head is pretty much done. So in the next video, we'll be moving on down to the body and getting the cloak. Cloak, that's it. That's the word I was looking for, not toga. We will get the cloak cut in. I usually don't just work on like the head and then the body. I usually work on multiple things at the same time. But for some reason on this guy, probably because his head kind of sits down inside that cloak that he wears, I'm working them down from the head down to the bottom of the cloak. And I see the arms, I think we're going to end up gluing arms on him because I don't think we're going to have enough wood there to do that. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. We went around, did a little more cleanup on his face and his ears. So, I think that's it. Alright. Share, subscribe, like. Carve something awesome today, guys. Be awesome. And we will catch you on the next one. Share, subscribe, and like. We will leave links in the comments below. We'll put down some of our friends on there, links to their channels. And we will put a link if you want to help support the channel. Don't have to, but if you want to, do it. Alright. Talk to you later. Just carve. Bye.